No one has told you this yet, but everything you thought about making her value you is wrong. Yep, you heard that right. Forget all the cliches, the cheesy pickup lines, and the tired advice that never seems to work. If you're tired of getting overlooked, it's time to discover the real way to make her see your worth. And let me tell you, it's not about being the nice guy or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about transforming your mindset and adopting 7 game-changing attitudes that will not only make her value you more, but will make you feel like the man you're meant to be. Hey, what's up everyone? It's your girl Maria back again with some hard-hitting truths about love, attraction, and everything in between. Today we're diving deep into the 7 attitudes that will skyrocket how much she values you. But first, before we get into the nitty-gritty, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because you do not want to miss out on the gems we're dropping here every week. Alright, let's get into it. Attitude 1, the power of no. Let's kick things off with the big one, learning to say no and meaning it. Now, most guys think persistence is key. You know the whole don't give up, keep chasing mentality. But the reality, chasing without pause is not attractive. It's exhausting and honestly, it's a little desperate. If she says no, accept it with grace. No drama, no begging, no pleading, just a calm, respectful acceptance. When you can handle rejection with maturity, you're showing her that you respect her boundaries, and more importantly, that you respect yourself. And guess what? That's exactly the kind of energy that makes her rethink her initial rejection. Think about it like this: if you're someone who can accept a no and move on without throwing a fit, you immediately set yourself apart. You're not just another guy trying too hard to win her over. You're a man with standards, a man who doesn't need validation from her or anyone else. And that's a massive turn on because it signals emotional strength. So next time you're tempted to keep pushing, remember less is more. When you step back, you give her space to lean in. Don't be afraid of that pause, it's powerful. Attitude 2, unshakable self-respect. Now, this one's a biggie. I can't stress this enough. If you don't value yourself, how can you expect her to? Self-respect is the foundation of any meaningful connection. Think about it: if you're constantly putting her needs above your own, bending over backward to make her happy while neglecting your own well-being. What message are you sending? That you're not worthy of being treated with the same care and respect. And let me tell you, that's a surefire way to lose her interest. So how do you build unshakable self-respect? Start by setting your standards and sticking to them. Know what you want out of life, out of relationships, and don't compromise on your core values. Whether it's in your career, your friendships, or your love life, make decisions that align with your principles. This doesn't mean you should be inflexible or stubborn. It's about knowing your worth and refusing to settle for less. When you prioritize your well-being and happiness, you send a powerful message that you're someone worth valuing. And that energy, it's contagious. For example, let's say you're dating someone who constantly cancels plans at the last minute. Instead of shrugging it off or letting it slide every time, set a boundary. Politely but firmly let her know that your time is valuable and that you expect to be treated with consideration. If she respects you, she'll step up. If not, you've just dodged a bullet. Either way, you're reinforcing the idea that you value yourself, and that's incredibly attractive. Attitude 3, integrity as a lifestyle. Say what you mean and mean what you say. This isn't just about keeping promises, it's about living in alignment with your values. Integrity is one of those qualities that people often overlook, but it's absolutely essential if you want to be taken seriously. When your actions match your words, you create trust. And trust, my friend, is the cornerstone of admiration. If you want her to value you, show her that you're a man of your word. Let's break it down a bit. Integrity isn't just about the big promises, it's about the small ones too. It's about being dependable, consistent, and true to your word in every situation. If you say you'll call, call. If you promise to show up at 7, be there at 6:55. It sounds simple, but you'd be surprised how many people fail at this. And when they do, it chips away at their credibility. But integrity goes beyond just keeping promises. It's about living in alignment with your core values even when no one's watching. It's about being the same person in private as you are in public. When you live with integrity, you're not just talking the talk, you're walking the walk. And that, my friends, is magnetic. People are drawn to those who are real, who don't just say the right things but actually live them. And she'll value you for that, because in a world full of fakes, you'll stand out as the real deal. Attitude 4, your pace, your rules. Let's talk about patience, or more specifically, pacing. Here's where most guys trip up, they rush things. Whether it's trying to lock down a relationship too quickly or pushing for things she's not ready for, it backfires. You've got to move at your own rhythm. Don't let anyone pressure you into moving faster than you're comfortable with. When you maintain your pace, you show her that you know what you want and aren't afraid to wait for it. That patience, that confidence in your timeline is pure gold. Now, I know it's easy to get caught up in the excitement of a new relationship. You want to see where things go, and maybe you're eager to take things to the next level. But here's the thing, rushing can lead to mistakes. When you move too fast, you might miss red flags or overlook important differences. You might even put unnecessary pressure on her, which can make her pull away. So instead, take a step back. Enjoy the journey. Focus on building a strong foundation before trying to build a house. Think of it like this: if you're constantly pushing to speed things up, you're sending the message that you're desperate for commitment, for validation, for something to happen right now. But when you move at your own pace, you're saying, I'm in control of my life and I'm not in a hurry. I know what I want and I'm willing to wait for it to happen naturally. That kind of confidence is irresistible. It shows that you're secure, self-assured, and in no rush to settle for anything less than what you truly want. Attitude 5, see her as human, not perfect. It's so easy to put someone on a pedestal, especially when you're really into her. But idealizing her only leads to unrealistic expectations and eventual disappointment. See her as she is a person with flaws, insecurities, and imperfections, just like you. When you treat her like a real person, not some flawless goddess, you create a deeper, more authentic connection. And that, my friends, is where real value lies. Let me explain why this matters so much. When you idealize someone, you're not really seeing them. You're seeing a version of them that you've created in your mind. You might overlook their flaws, excuse bad behavior, or ignore red flags because you're so focused on the image you've built up. But sooner or later, reality kicks in. No one can live up to a fantasy, and when the illusion shatters, the disappointment can be crushing. But when you see her as a real person, with all her strengths and weaknesses, you're able to build a genuine connection. You're not just attracted to her looks or her charm, you're drawn to who she really is. And that kind of connection is so much stronger because it's based on reality, not fantasy. Plus, when you accept her as she is, she'll feel more comfortable being herself around you. And that comfort is the foundation of a deep, lasting relationship. Attitude 6, cultivate your own life. There's nothing more attractive than a man who has his own passions, goals, and interests. When you have a life full of purpose, you become more than just a partner, you become someone she admires. Keep nurturing your hobbies, career, friendships, and dreams. Invite her to be part of your world, but don't make her the center of it. Remember, a balanced life is a magnetic life. Let's get real for a second. It's easy to fall into the trap of making your relationship your whole world, especially when you're really into someone. But here's the thing, when you make her your entire focus, you lose sight of yourself. And not only is that unhealthy, but it's also a turn off. No one wants to be someone's everything. It's too much pressure, and it's not sustainable. Instead, focus on being the best version of yourself. Pursue your passions, invest in your friendships, and keep striving for your goals. When you have a rich, fulfilling life outside of your relationship, you bring more to the table. You become someone who's interesting, dynamic, and worth knowing. And here's the kicker: when you're living your best life, she'll want to be part of it. She'll see that you're not just a guy who's there for her, but someone who's going places, someone she can look up to and respect. So keep building your life. Travel, learn new skills, meet new people. The more you grow as a person, the more attractive you become. And when you invite her into that world, she'll value you even more because she'll see that you're not just a boyfriend, you're a man with a mission. Attitude 7, set clear boundaries. Last but not least, boundaries are crucial. If she's not giving you the respect, time, or effort you deserve, be ready to walk away. Setting boundaries isn't about being harsh, it's about knowing your worth. A man who's not afraid to say, "This isn't working for me," is a man who commands respect. And when she sees that you won't settle for less, she'll value you even more. Let's get one thing straight: boundaries are not about control, they're about self-respect. They're about knowing what you need, what you're willing to tolerate, and what you simply won't stand for. And here's the truth. When you set and maintain healthy boundaries, you create a dynamic of mutual respect. You're not just letting her know what you expect, you're also showing her that you're willing to walk away if those expectations aren't met. But boundaries aren't just about saying no, they're also about clearly communicating what you want and need in a relationship. Maybe it's quality time, maybe it's honesty, maybe it's a certain level of commitment. Whatever it is, don't be afraid to articulate it. And here's the thing: when you're upfront about your boundaries, you weed out the people who aren't willing or able to meet them. Sure, it might feel risky, but in the long run, it saves you time, energy, and heartache. And when you do find someone who respects those boundaries, the relationship is so much stronger. Because it's built on a foundation of mutual respect and understanding. You're not just compromising or settling, you're creating a partnership where both of you feel valued and respected. So don't be afraid to set those boundaries. They're not a wall, they're a guidepost, helping you navigate towards a relationship where you're both truly valued. So there you have it, the 7 attitudes that will not only make her value you more, but will also make you a stronger, more confident man. Start integrating these into your daily life and watch as your interactions transform. Now, before we wrap up, I want to hear from you. What's one attitude you're going to start working on today? Drop it in the comments below, and if you've got any other tips or experiences, share them with the community. We're all here to learn and grow together. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep leveling up. I'm Maria signing off.